Hello friends, so far we have learnt how to apply the logical deduction method or the method of conversion to find a definite conclusion out of two statements or out of a single statement. But what if there are more than two statements in a question? So let's understand the approach with the help of an example. In this question, there are three statements given. S1 is given as all boys are pens, S2 is all pens are dolls, and S3 is some dolls are cows. Now three conclusions are given as C1 all boys are cows, C2 some cows are pens, and C3 some dolls are boys. Now again, instead of applying either of the methods, we'll first have a look at the conclusions. In the first conclusion, we need to find a relationship between the class of boys and the class of cows. And if we look at the statements, the class of boys is here and the class of cows is here. And the middle term between the statement 1 and the statement 2 is pens, and between the statement 2 and the statement 3 is dolls. Now to find a definite conclusion between the classes of boys and cows, each of the middle term must be distributed once. Now if we look at the middle term pens, we can see that it's not distributed here, but it is distributed in statement 2, and hence we can deduct it. But if we look at the middle term between S2 and S3, which is dolls, we can see that the class of dolls is not distributed in either of the statements, and hence we cannot find a definite conclusion between the classes of boys and cows, and therefore conclusion C1 does not follow. Now in conclusion 2, we need to find a relationship between the classes of cows and pens, and if we look at the statements, we can find cows here and pens here. Now it has become very easy, as in the previous case we have already witnessed that the middle term, which is dolls here, is not being distributed in either S2 or S3, and therefore we cannot find a definite conclusion between the classes of pens and cows. Therefore conclusion 2 does not follow either. Now we are left with conclusion 3, in which we need to find a relationship between the classes of dolls and boys. And if we look at the statements, we can find boys here and dolls here, and the middle term is pens. Now we can see that the class of pens is not being distributed in S1, but it is being distributed in S2, and therefore we can deduct the middle term, and the conclusion will be all boys are dolls, and the converse of which will be some dolls are boys, and which we can find in conclusion 3, and therefore we can say that conclusion 3 follows here. So friends, you just saw how we should go about solving a syllogism problem in which more than two statements are given. Now in the next video, we are going to discuss the cases in which possibilities occur. So till then, keep learning and have a great time.